I am finally here today to accept the fact that I'm not a rings person.
Alexis Sunshine 83, it's always sunny here.
Hey Sunshiners, Alexis Sunshine 83 here. Today's video, I'm going through some of my fashion red flags, basically things that I am not allowed to buy. There are exceptions. With a lot of these, I've bought them in the past and I ended up never wearing them, or I know deep in my soul that I do not like them. And so when I'm getting influenced or they're a trend and I'm like, well, maybe this one will be different, and I'm getting kind of lost in the sauce, no. Which I actually made this video last year with some other of my fashion red flags if you want to watch that. I do have some green flags as well. I didn't want this video to be all gloom and doom about the negative, but I don't have that many green flags. Like, I have more red flags I'm gonna go through, so it's like mainly red flags, but I kind of wanted to, you know, balance in a little bit. It's funny, I love a denim overall, but I hate a jumpsuit. It's like, once it's not in the denim overall like style, I don't want to see it. I hate when I'm thrifting through the dresses and I see a pattern, a color, a material that I'm obsessed with, and then I go to like the bottom portion and I realize that there's legs, like pant legs, and it's a jumpsuit. The heartbreak. I understand the function of a jumpsuit and they were extremely trendy in 2016, 2017. I don't know if it's also because of just proportions. I have longer legs, and so when I did buy jumpsuits, I would always run into the issue of them not fitting properly. Like, you really have to get them perfect, but even with then potentially them fitting me perfect, I just don't like it. I just do not like a jumpsuit. Purses with no zippers is a big red flag. I am not allowed to buy any purses with no zippers, just for the like ease of not having to worry about potentially everything falling out of my bag. I'm pretty like rough on my bags, and so just the idea of having to make sure like, oh no, I can't put it upside down, which you'd be surprised, that does actually happen a lot, where I accidentally put my bag upside down. I did make technically 2 exceptions, but like they're the same thing. This patchwork bag that I got off of ThredUp, I mean, it's my dream bag, and when I actually bought it from ThredUp, I didn't realize that there wasn't a zipper. There was only a magnet button, and there is inside this like compartment in the middle that does have a zipper, so if I wanted anything to be very safe of potentially like not wanting to fall out, I can put it in there. Even with that, as much as I love this bag and I am going to keep it forever, I do just wish it had a zipper enclosure. And so it was even more so a learning like reminder of, do not buy any more bags without a zipper, which I did end up still doing, but it's another patchwork bag and it's like really cute. It's very like specific occasions where I'm wearing those bags without zippers. They just aren't as wearable without a zipper because I just don't want to be careful. Also, I'm very paranoid about somebody putting their hand in my bag because there is no zipper. Like, they would have to get really, really close to put their hand in and like grab something. I think I would know by that point that their hand was in my bag, and they could just steal my bag that has a zipper. But I'm like, oh no, it's opening me up for somebody to try to put their hand in my bag. Has that ever happened to me? No, but that's because all my bags have been zippers, potentially. There are so many colors that I have said in the past that I am never gonna wear, but then end up being my like favorite color ever and like core to my personal style. So I really try to not have like a color be something that I'm not allowed to buy, or even say that I don't like a certain color. Even if I do say I don't like a certain color, I think that's very different than I am never going to buy this. Like, saying I don't like a color necessarily gives me a little bit of wiggle room. Like, I want to have some kind of bumpers to, again, not hopefully make a regretful purchase, but there also has to be some wiggle room, and your mind can totally change. But with my red flags, that one's a little bit like, no, like absolutely not. Even if it's the cutest item ever, if it's these 2 colors, I will not buy it. Peach and cobalt blue. I know so many people love cobalt blue and it looks so amazing on so many people, but I hate it so much. I don't even think it necessarily looks bad on me. I just don't like it. I really, really hate it. The reason why I hate peach, number one, because I just don't like the color, but also number two, so many things that are supposed to be pink end up looking peach on me. And I just think it's from my undertones. So many lip color products look amazing on so many people. And they're like, oh my gosh, it's the perfect pink nude. And then I put it on me and it looks peach. I'm just so sick of things looking peach on me that aren't supposed to be peach. And so even more so, I don't want something that's peach because I already have the issue of things looking peach on me. I had gotten my nails done last month and I was going through the nail colors and my sister was like, oh, which one are you gonna go for? And I was like, I'm gonna go for this pink one because all these other ones seem to have a peach undertone and I hate having peach nails or like peach color in general. Why is it that the color ended up looking peach on me? This fashion red flag is the perfect example of why it's so important to have a list like this and to remind myself anytime I'm thinking about buying it and making sure that it like is so incredibly perfect that I have to buy it and make that exception, because V-necks, the silhouette, like bust silhouette on a top, I had kind of as a fashion red flag before I kind of like made these videos. I would mention like, no, V-necks, absolutely not. And then I think about a year ago, I found one top that had a V-neck silhouette and I was like, oh, actually maybe with like a statement necklace, I could make this work. And I kind of opened up of like, I know I've said no V-necks, but maybe I've changed my mind. And I have not. I recently got this gorgeous long sleeve, like Custo Barcelona style top that I want to love. And I do love it. I bought it at a vintage market. I do love it, but man, do I wish it just didn't have a V-neck. I am a rounded neckline, a square neckline. If there's a V-neck, it kind of like some of my other shirts, it has like a like rounded V-neck, and that I'm okay with. It's just that V-neck. I just don't think it looks good on me. Button down dresses and skirts is an immediate no. However, I do own a couple of skirts, or I think it's just my denim maxi skirt that has a button down all the way down, and then 2 denim dresses. So functional opening buttons on skirts and dresses for any future purchases, absolutely no, because when you sit down or make any type of movement, potentially the button gets unbuttoned or it just creates this like weird look to it that's just really irritating to me. It really takes the perfect fit, and because most of my thrift stores do not have dressing rooms, I really can't verify that fit perfectly all the time. If I'm wearing like a tank top and bike shorts or something, I can get a better feel of how it'll fit. But I have just bought so many gorgeous it's always the 90s vintage dresses with the buttons going all the way down that really get me, because they're gorgeous, obviously, but I hate them because of the buttons and how then it gets warped by the way I'm moving. And I would just prefer it was like one piece together. If you have been following me for a couple of years, you have heard me say, I'm gonna get into rings. I'm gonna become a ring person. I'm gonna make it work. And I am finally here today to accept the fact that I'm not a rings person. Every time I've even said I'm not a rings person, I'm like, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to make it work. I'm gonna find the perfect ring and then I'm gonna wear them all around, and I'm not. The only ring I wear is my wedding ring, and even that's why it's so incredibly small, because it's the only thing I will actually wear, and it even irritates me. Like, I kind of wish I didn't have to wear it sometimes because I hate the feeling of something on my fingers. I'm just sick of trying to lie to myself and say, no, this ring I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna force myself to wear these rings. I'm not. I'd rather take that money and invest it in bracelets, necklaces. Like, those are the accessories I actually wear, and I should just be putting that toward, like, me wearing rings is not going to make or break this outfit. Some people may argue that it would, and it would make the outfit better. But if I'm just then never gonna wear it, or I'm uncomfortable because of the feeling of a ring on my fingers, like even just the thought of other rings on my fingers, just like, ugh, it makes me feel itchy inside. Now on to a couple of my fashion green flags. First is velvet. If it's velvet, I'm probably gonna buy it. The look of velvet, obviously, yes, I'm wearing a top that is velvet right now. The look of it, the sheen of like the light hitting it Ooh, I know there's a lot of hate towards velvet. I've heard that people think it looks cheap, kind of similar with corduroy. Like there's something about just the texture of those two that people don't like, and totally respect that. I literally just yapped about all the stuff I hate. So respecting each other's fashion, because even cheap velvet, I still like, I want it all. Something I rarely come across, but every time I'm like, well, I'm gonna buy. Actually, I think there's only been one time. Like, it's very rare for me to come across this, but it's a green flag, 100%. Bell sleeves. There is just something so whimsical about a bell sleeve. A velvet top with bell sleeves, I'm sold. I'm sold. I think I do maybe have a couple from maybe like thrift swaps I've done, but not enough. I want more, baby. This one is not gonna be a surprise to anyone if you watch my videos. Patchwork. Anything that's patchwork, boots that are patchwork, a bag that's patchwork, a jacket that's patchwork, bottom, a skirt, jeans. Oh my gosh, I want it all. Kind of similar to the bell sleeve, I rarely come across. If you go on my Pinterest, like I just have so much patchwork pinned. I have made technically my own patchwork flare jeans, and I would love for this year to do more of my own like patchwork thrift flip projects, because I'm rarely coming across them and I want more. So I think I just need to take it in my own hands and make my own patchwork items. It seems like it would be easy. Depending on the item, maybe not patchwork shoes, obviously that will live on in my thrift wish list for hopefully one day coming across that's in my size on ThredUp or Depop or at the thrift store. But clothing, like clothing wise and not accessory wise, it is something I'm hoping by the end of the year I have a couple of pieces that I have made that are a patchwork. Alrighty, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know any of your fashion red flags or fashion green flags. If you'd like to see my face again, then make sure to subscribe right down below. Also follow me on Instagram, which is AlexSunshine83. I will see you all in my next video. Bye!